Are you dealing with an impossible or unwanted situation? Or perhaps there is an area of your life that no matter what you do, it just doesn't get better and you feel stuck. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact steps to turn any situation around. And this can work very fast, even overnight. What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. If you're new here, hi. I'm Scarlett Grace, I'm a manifestation coach, and I help people break through their limitations and manifest their heart's desires. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact way to manifest any desire that you have into your physical reality or turn any unwanted situation around. And this works fast. It can even work overnight. I'm going to give you the exact steps to make that happen, and I'm also going to give you a few tips to ensure that you are successful when you use those steps. This can be used for anything, no matter what the situation is, no matter if it has to do with a material thing, with another person, with an inner state. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever it is that you want to change in your reality, this will work to change it. Just follow the steps and you cannot fail. But before we jump into this, if you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of assumption and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. I also have several self-study courses to help you manifest, including a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, coaching is now open. You can find the links for all of those things in the description below. Do you feel trapped in a situation that feels impossible? Maybe there is a specific relationship that you're trying to fix and it has been a while and it hasn't changed. Or maybe there is an area of life where you keep struggling. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe you keep trying to find ways to make money, but you never get to the point you want to. And you start thinking that maybe I'm not meant to have this. If you ever had thoughts like that about anything in your life, stop. The truth is, you can be, do, or have anything you want, absolutely anything. There is nothing that you can desire that you cannot have in your life. In fact, any true desire that you have is a guarantee that you can have that thing in your 3D reality. If you couldn't have that thing, you would never have a desire for it. All our desires come from God, or the universe, or source, or however you want to call it. That's why, when you have a desire, this is proof that this thing is meant for you, that you can absolutely have it in your reality. Reality is always rigged in your favor. It is always rigged to give you exactly what you want. The only reason that doesn't happen consistently for you yet is because you keep obsessing over problems and things that you don't want. And that's why it feels like you're stuck in an unwanted reality. But that can change very, very fast. The reason you can manifest anything you want and turn any situation around is because the version of the situation that you want is already in existence. You don't have to create it from scratch. It already exists. It is already created. It's just not here where you are right now. There are infinite parallel realities, and when you manifest, what you do is not creating something from scratch, but what you do is you move to a version of reality where what you want is already created. You don't have to make it from scratch, you just have to move to that reality. And moving to that reality is actually pretty simple. Here's what you need to do. First of all, I want you to think of what the end result that you want is. How do you want the situation to be? Now, I don't want you to focus on how to get there. I just want you to tell me, what would it look like if it was already perfect? I don't want you to fix the problem. I don't want you to come up with a way to get from where you are right now to a situation that is the way you want it to be. I don't want the method or the way. I want the end result. For example, if right now you don't have a job and your end result is, I want to be a multimillionaire, I don't want you to tell me, first, it would be nice if I found a good job, and then if I got a promotion, and then maybe I would be hired by another company for double the salary, and then I would invest the money, and then I would eventually become a millionaire, and then I would invest that money too and become a multimillionaire. I don't want that. What I just described is just one way out of infinite ways to get to your desired result, but I don't want the method, I just want the end result. What would it look like? Forget about how you became a multimillionaire. What does it look like now to be a multimillionaire? What does your life look like? I want you to come up with a snapshot of your life as a multimillionaire. A 5 to 10 second scene that implies that you're a multimillionaire. What is something that you would have or be doing if and only if you were a multimillionaire right now? Maybe your impossible situation is the fact that you had a breakup and your specific person has blocked you and it looks like they never want to talk to you again. What do you want? Do you want to get back together? Do you want to get married? Then I don't want you to think about the steps. I don't want you to think about them unblocking you, for example. Imagine that you are already married to this person and your relationship is perfect. What is a 5 to 10 second scene that would imply that you're already married to this person? Maybe it's a scene where you're walking at the beach, enjoying the sunset, and you're holding hands, and you're wearing a wedding ring, and you feel happy and fulfilled because you've been together for a whole year. I want you to create a very small scene like that, 5 to 10 seconds long maximum, and I want you to put all the different senses in it, like what does it look like, who is around you, is there a specific scent in the air? If somebody is touching you, for example, your specific person, feel the warmth of their skin against yours. Feel how soft their skin is. I want you to make it as vivid as possible, involving as many senses as possible. Once you have decided on what your scene is going to be, here's the next step. I want you to go to bed tonight, and when you lay down, I want you to tell yourself, this is the last night I'm spending in this version of reality. Tonight, I'm shifting to my desired reality and there is no going back. Then I want you to close your eyes and start playing this scene that you created over and over and over while feeling the feelings that you would feel if this was truly happening. But here's the trick. I don't want you to focus on this is something I'm manifesting. Is it going to work? Can it actually work as fast as overnight? Is this even possible? I don't want you to think about it as if you're manifesting something. I want you to think about it as if you're taking a trip. Like imagine that you just boarded a plane. Let's say that you live in New York. You boarded a plane in New York and you're traveling to Paris overnight. And you're just going to sleep on the plane. And imagine, while falling asleep, all the wonderful things that you're going to do while in Paris as if they're happening right now. Like you're imagining you're visiting the Eiffel Tower or having coffee while watching the river or whatever it is that you want to do in Paris. I want you to do something like that, but instead of Paris, I want you to be thinking of your desired reality. So you're falling asleep right now in your old reality and you're going to travel overnight to your desired reality. And while falling asleep, you're imagining all the things that will be happening in your desired reality as if they're happening right now. That's the scene that you created. Being given the award because you had 10 times more sales than anybody else. Walking with your specific person along the beach because you're married now and you can feel the wedding ring on your finger. You're falling asleep in your old reality. And overnight, you will be traveling to the new version of reality where your desire is already yours. Now, when you wake up in the morning, here's the next step that you need to do. I want you to remind yourself that I'm in my new reality now and feel happy about it. Exactly how you would feel if you woke up on the plane and knew that, hey, I'm in Paris now. You're not in the same reality anymore. Everything around you may still look completely the same. Your bedroom is exactly the same as it was last night, but this is not the same bedroom. This is an identical bedroom in your new reality. So think about it like this. Let's say that you were staying at a hotel that had 50 completely identical rooms, and you had been given one room, but it had minor issues that weren't actually visible when you entered the room. Like maybe the mattress in your room is the only one in the hotel that they forgot to change, and it's an old mattress and it's not comfortable. But it looks exactly the same when you enter the room as any other room. Maybe something was leaking in the bathroom and it made a noise that kept you up at night. So you ask them to give you another room. And when they give you another room, you enter the room and it's exactly identical at first sight to the old room. Only when you lay down in bed, the mattress is actually comfortable and there's no leaking in the bathroom that keeps you up at night. So it looks identical to the old room, but you're not in the old room. You're in a new room now, and it is perfect, where the old one wasn't. This is what happens when you shift realities. You're not going to wake up in another country all of a sudden. It will still be the place where you fell asleep last night. But the reality is not the same. Many things will look the same as your old reality, but you're not in that reality, and you need to keep reminding yourself of that. Otherwise, you will start thinking that you're in the old reality, and you're going to have all the thoughts that correspond to the old reality. You don't want to do that. That's how you shift back to the old reality. You made the decision to shift to a new version of reality and never go back to the problematic one. So in order to stay in this version of reality and not switch back, you need to wake up and remind yourself that, hey, this is my first day in my new reality. Isn't it exciting? Now listen, because this is very important. When you use this method, for some desires, the shift will literally happen overnight. You will wake up tomorrow and the situation will have turned around. But it doesn't happen for all situations, and that's not necessarily bad. That doesn't mean that you failed if the shift hasn't happened overnight, and it may take 2 or 3 days or a week for the things that you want to be completely turned around. Neville Goddard said that manifestations are like a seed growing or a baby. When we're talking about a baby, to grow a human baby until it is born, it takes 9 months. But different species of animals take longer or shorter to give birth. So each manifestation is unique. Each manifestation is different, and some manifestations can happen in minutes or in hours, and others may take a few days or a week. But if you persist, you will not fail. You will shift to your desired reality. So if the very moment you wake up, the situation is not completely shifted, that doesn't mean that it didn't work. Here's what you need to do. No matter the case, because maybe you wake up and the situation is shifted and you don't know it yet. Maybe it concerns a situation that you will have to face later during the day and you haven't gotten the news yet that things have completely turned around. Who knows? Here's what you need to do. Now that you've told yourself that I'm in my new reality now, I want you to start thinking about yourself and your life and the situation as if it is already the way you want it to be. Let's say that what you're manifesting is being married to a specific person. Now, up until now, you were trying to figure out how to make that happen. But today, you woke up in a new reality and it's already true. So there is no reason for you to have any thoughts about how to make that happen because it already happened. So it makes no sense for you to spend time trying to figure out how to make something happen if it's already happened. You're married now. What does it feel like to be married? If you're married right now, what are you occupying your thoughts with? What are you occupying your mind with? Are you thinking about where you're going to go on vacation with your husband or your wife? Are you thinking about what you're going to cook for dinner? What plans are you making? Or if you want to manifest being a multi-millionaire, you're not focused on how to become a millionaire or multi-millionaire right now because it's already happened. What are you doing now that you have all that money? Are you focused on where to invest it? So occupy your thoughts with what you would be doing if this was already yours right now. You're a millionaire already. You don't have to figure out how to become one. What are you doing with your money now that you have it? Was there something specific that you wanted to buy before when you weren't a multi-millionaire, but you couldn't and now you can? Maybe now that you have all that money, it's time to start house hunting. So instead of trying to figure out how to become a multi-millionaire and whether it's difficult or not, occupy your time by doing the things that you would be doing if you were already a multi-millionaire. Tell yourself, I have my dream reality now. Where do I go from there? What's the next thing that I'm going to do now that I have the money, now that I have the husband or the wife? Now that I have 10 times more sales than anybody else, now that I live in my dream house, what's the next thing? Am I going to decorate the house? Am I going to manifest having 20 times more sales than anybody else? Am I going to just start my own business now that I have all those sales? And start researching that. Start making plans about that, because only a person who already achieved the previous goal would be making plans right now for the next step. Do this and things will shift incredibly fast. And come back and let me know in the comments what you manifested and how long it took. If you haven't already, then subscribe and hit the bell icon because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.